right, chapter 3, part 2, or no, part 3. Part 3. We're trying to make sense of the changing environment. And so the tools that we use to do that, we have to use environmental scanning, interpret the environmental factors that are affecting us, and then simply acting on those. Don't be afraid to act and change, and looking for those threats and opportunities. And you get to practice that in the SWOT analysis. So environmental scanning, the first tool. I asked my lecture class if they knew this, and no one really, I don't think anyone did. At least they didn't tell me they did. But I asked them how many newspapers does Warren Buffett read every day? Or maybe it was the question was, what does Warren Buffett do to practice his environmental scanning? And he actually reads about 3 newspapers a day, at least, to really understand what's going on in the world. And shoot, I don't really like the way this is doing it. Okay, to understand what's going on in the world and to make the wise decisions that he does. I mean, he's one of the most successful investors out there. And he thinks that it's important. I'm not telling you that you need to read 3 newspapers a day, but most managers will read like the Wall Street Journal or something, and then probably also they read publications that are important to their industry. So there's trade magazines that people read. So we search and scan the environment for events or issues that might affect our organization. Managers scan the environment to reduce uncertainty. Organizational strategies affect environmental scanning. Is that true? Affect environmental scanning. Well, yeah, I guess so. If we're looking at going to China so that we can sell to the Chinese, so usually what we'll do is we'll manufacture in China so that we can then sell in China. So it's not necessarily getting cheaper labor, but it's opening that door so we can then sell in there. So if that's one of my strategies, I want to compete in that market, then I start scanning for information that will help me make good decisions on where and when. Environmental scanning contributes to organizational performance. Definitely. It's just reiterating how important it is to practice environmental scanning. Okay, interpreting environmental factors. Are we seeing threats out there? Again, environmental scanning is outside of us. If I'm doing environmental scanning for Salt Lake Community College, I'm not looking at the strengths or weaknesses of the college, not the internal things. These are all external things. Now, a lot of people get this wrong on the SWOT. They'll look at opportunities and they'll say, oh, we don't have a very good strategic planning team. So that's an opportunity to redo that. No, that's an internal weakness. An opportunity doesn't fix an internal weakness. An opportunity is an external thing that we can take advantage of. So threats and opportunities come from environmental scanning, and they're external. So we're looking for threats, things that might hurt our ability to make profit. Maybe a threat might be a shortage in a critical supply that we need in our manufacturing process. Opportunity might be a new supplier or a lucrative market that we haven't gone into yet, or maybe synergies in product lines, right? Where we can buy this other company that really works well with our company to produce better services for our customers. And then we can charge them more for those services. So again, when we do environmental scanning, we're looking for threats and opportunities. Okay, now we're going to jump into culture. I was kind of thinking maybe we shouldn't go into culture, and maybe I'll end it right now. I will end it, and then we'll do culture.